All right. Hello, hello. How are we doing today? I'm excited to have JoJo here with me, top leader in this industry and in Dream Trips with me. Uh, it's been a pleasure to meet you. I'm a little, don't even know what to say right now to have you on, but it's very exciting to have you here with me today.
Thank you, James. I'm so grateful and blessed to be with you, man. You are a light and an energy and a leader, and I'm just honored to link arms with you and create something great.
Yeah, so am I. So just to let everybody know what we're doing here today, I asked her to do this for me to help me expose what it is that we do here at Dream Trips and what a great company it is, and to give you guys some insight from someone who has done it at a very high level, who has a lot of fun doing it, and a lot of people gravitate to. Just let me ask you, what do you think uh, is the biggest thing about this company that gravitates people that
Yeah.
use it?
Yeah. It's such a fantastic question. And James, what I'd love to do because to tell you why this is so poignant and why it's so attractive to so many people is easy enough to just say because it's travel. Like we could literally end the conversation right there. It's travel. It's so simple. But I think to give people just an understanding of my background and why I see this as so simple, and I think what you and I aligned with is because we've been in this industry for so long. We've seen so many different things. My background has been in this industry for over 20 years, James. Predominantly was in the health and wellness sector for 15 years, trying to preach prevention. And at a young age, I started at 25 telling people that you should be anti-aging, right? As a 25 whippersnapper. And everyone would be like, okay, young girl, like calm down. But then what happened? As the industry evolved, so did the audience and so did the tone. And so it became a wonderful place for me to cut my teeth. But then the owner shut the company down in COVID. And so as a young, like I was in my 30s, I did not have kids yet. My husband are like, "Oh my god, I had created a seven-figure income, right? And it was shut down." And so at that point, I kind of had to make a decision as a leader where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do, and I kind of danced in a couple companies. I got pregnant for the first time after praying for 7 years for that miracle baby. And then 6 months after having that baby, got pregnant again, James. And I tell this long story because you really don't ever know when doors shut which ones open. You don't ever really know the blessings that are behind the corner unless you continue to walk the path. And so in continuing to walk the path and trying a few other things, I found Dream Trips.
That's amazing.
And Dream Trips found me. And so to answer your question, why is this so simple for people to understand? Because we're already doing it, James. And this company, and we can dive into it, but I want to framework it just for that so people know you can do multiple things before you find your home. And for me, I was looking for the home. I had two babies, right? Young. They were two under two. If I'm going to take my time away from those babies to build a legacy with them and for them, it had to be worthy of my time. It had to be aligned to the vision of the life I wanted to create. And a lot of people are seeing the attractiveness of this beast called Dream Trips that we're relaunching because of the ease that is there to communicate with others, to share travel. We're already doing it in our lives. So I know that's a long-winded answer, but I'm a dyslexic English philosophy major, so you're always going to get long-winded with me, man.
I'm the same way. You have to kind of stop me sometimes, and it's so relatable because at the same token, I too, I cut my teeth selling hair care products and health and wellness items until I found, financial education, which I really gravitated to, and I found that everybody didn't have the same enthusiasm as I had about learning, financial education and forex trading, and it was tough for them to stick and stay with it.
Yeah.
And just like you, I jumped from a couple different things. I was strategic about what I did and I
Yeah.
had passion about it, but it just didn't transfer over to a lot of other people.
Yeah.
And when I saw this, it really was, and I tell them, I'll tell anyone, I did not come in with the intention to come market. I
True.
didn't. I
True.
came in because I wanted to travel.
Yes.
So I can relate to what you're saying on that.
Yeah.
Um, I got some cards. I'm not Arsenio Hall or nothing like that,
I
y'all,
love
but I want to stay on focus. So I'll make sure I'm
it.
looking at my cards as I ask you some of these questions.
Yeah.
Um, but basically, like let me ask you, when you first saw this, what was it that really lit your fire about this company?
Yeah. It's quite simple because, again, we have such similar backgrounds. I had a company that I was with, Forex trading, and what I learned was that that was a specific skill that a specific person needed to learn to then capitalize on. Brilliant skill. If you do it, amen. I think everyone should add different skills to their portfolio. Same with the health and wellness. Being a leader in that industry, in that space for 15 years, what I found for me, epic. I will always lead a life of prevention. I will always pay for a life of prevention, right? But the audience that wanted to do that as well was really small, James. So think about it. 20% of America gives a shit about their health. Sorry, I love God, love Jesus, but mama cusses.
Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real.
So 20% cares about their health, right? 10% cares enough about it to pay for prevention. And of that, 5% care enough about it to pay for prevention and promote it. So the audience that we were playing in, although I loved it, was super small when you look at the industry of what drives this industry is a lot of people doing a little bit. So if you only have a little bit of people trying to do a lot of it, you're going to have a false start. So when I saw Dream Trips, what lit me up is the fact that it was a beast of a company. It was already 20 years old, already cut its teeth, did 4 billion in revenue, had 5 million members. That is staying power. That is proof done. The other piece that lit me up was that they were relaunching with ownership of Mark and Tammy Smith, who understand this industry. They've made hundreds of millions as people in the field, in this industry, like us. But they've also owned companies and taken them to multi million figures. So when you have an owner who, oh, by the way, is ex military and drives the ship with a militant background of structure, strategy, and execution, combined with the fun factor that it's travel and that I don't have to explain to you, like, I love this. You'd rather be on a beach right now than talking to me.
Hawaii.
Exactly. And anyone that's watching this, you guys would rather be on vacation than at your job. I don't have to explain to you why a vacation is valuable. I don't have to put on a white coat and tell you you should give a crap about going somewhere and seeing the world and being with your family and creating memories. It is already inherent in people's psyche, subconscious, and nature to want to utilize our product. And then you have the fact that it's digital, which speaks to all my trade people. You guys want to create a residual income that you can take anywhere in the world with you, right? And so when you have this in 150 countries, the minute you say yes, you can open business and have 24-hour residual income coming in. Because at the end of the day, we're a travel club, right? So it's
That's what's so
epic, man.
that's what I see as amazing. Just being a person that's been in the industry and seeing a lot of my successful friends in the industry, they're always in different spots and different places. And to myself, I ask, how did you book that?
Mm-hmm.
What did you
Yeah.
use to go? You're going to travel. So
Yeah.
that's what also kind of lit me up about it as I started to see what was going on in this. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm going to travel anyway, so why not be a part of this? I'll
Yeah.
ask you, and you've been very successful in this industry, in this company.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, you hit one of the highest ranks in this company. Am I right?
Yeah, and here's the cool thing, you guys. we all have the opportunity to drive this relaunch. So for me, I look at opportunity and I jump on timing. And so when I saw this and saw that Jefferson Santos, our co-founder and chief visionary officer, was the original founding member of Dream Trips, pause. Just so everyone understands who Jefferson is. There is not another human being on planet Earth that has done more in the travel space memberships than Jefferson Santos. He created this movement 20 years ago and had over 3 million people on his team alone. And so when I saw him at the top of the company leading it from an ownership standpoint, plus Mark and Tammy, plus Micaiah York, who's our chief growth officer, all in. Just give me the mic, right? What do we got to do? Like, let's go. And timing is what I see here for everyone else. This wave, although it's been building for 20 years, we're just getting it relaunched. So everyone has the opportunity of timing to ride this wave as the beast is back. So, for me, I leverage timing, but for everyone that's watching this, our pre-launch and it is today. Like literally, we've only been relaunching this beast for a couple months. So as much success as I had in the first 2 weeks to be the top female earner and all these accolades, there's room. And not only is there room, but you guys have the opportunity to link arms with the leaders like myself, like Kenny Rossi, like Johnny Wimbry, Mr. Worldwide, who are building it right now with you. No one's sitting on the top looking down saying you can do it too. We're in the trenches brick by brick, taking you with us on this ride. So timing is crucial, man. And we're in it. Perfect storm.
And I can totally attest to that because just my short time of being connected in this company, I've met Kenny, I've met you, I've met Micah, and you guys have been nothing but helpful, encouraging, and that's also another thing that why people like, man, here he go, he's here, he's at it again, and it's true, and I'm not ashamed of it because
Yeah.
I can't stop talking about it because I'm that excited because it's contagious. It's
Yes.
very much so contagious.
Yes.
So, I'm going to also say this because I'm a big family person and I know how important your children are to you. And I would always hear you talk about how you're going to, what's the term that you use? You're going
World
to
school.
world school. That's
Yes.
very important to me also. Tell me about that.
Yes. Yeah, when we looked at this company, I talked about it a little bit a minute ago. Alignment and values had to be super important and there for me and my family. And my husband and I have always had this vision of, not just sending our kids into a system and praying for the best, right? But being the system and the structure that allows them to be their best. And so for my husband and I, it is a vision that when my kids are only 4 and 3 right now, right? So like right now, everything is a world school. Shoot, going in the kitchen is a world school for them. But as we develop and as they develop and we're studying, the Roman Empire, let's go to Rome. Let's use travel dollars and get a free vacation. Like literally take them to the pyramids so they see these things. And what I love about this for them, yes, it will be exposure. It will make this world, James, and I don't know if you feel this way, but I do. We're more connected socially in the internet and the computer than we've ever been before, but we're also the most disconnected as a human race we've ever been before. And I know wholeheartedly that when we go into other cultures, other countries, the world becomes a smaller melting pot, and I'm going to go wide with it, of love, because you can embrace other people. And that's super important for me, my husband, and our children to experience all that this amazing world has to offer. So huge piece for us and the community that we're attracting.
I totally agree with you because it's very difficult in this day and time to go out and about and not see somebody plugged into their phone.
Yeah,
Everywhere you go, everywhere you look, even when they're driving, they plug into their phone. But when it comes to human connection, you rarely see people communicating out and about, and they look at you funny if you just say hello and hi
right,
sometimes. But
right.
I'm a person that I'm going to say hello and hi. You
Me
know,
too. 100%. And my children are too. We're the example, but they're the legacy. And my kids are that way. They literally go up to, hi. And people are like, oh my God, your child like talks to me. Like, what's going on? I'm like, yeah, because We love humans. Like this, we're the human race. Let's go. Let's be connected to each other.
You know, you said something a moment ago, and we're going to dive a little closer into, but you said travel books, and
Yes.
and that was something that I wanted to touch on because being a part of this membership, of people might think, well, what differentiates this
Yeah.
from the things that I'm using already? Can you kind of touch in on what
Yeah.
makes this special?
Yeah, for sure. And this is truly what separates Dream Trips from any other travel club, travel membership that you can find in the world. And there's two sides to it. So lean forward with me, everyone. The first side is the portal. And you think of it as like, okay, most people that book travel are using Expedia, are using Kayak, bookings.com, hotels.com, or VRBO, Airbnb. So think of that, but now be a part of Dream Trips and you have a private members only booking engine that beats all of those by up to 80%. Anything, cruises, rental cars, you name it, you're going to use your members only portal because we are getting all of the insane rates that the hotels have vacancy, right? And they can't put them back on because then it drops their price, drops their value, but they can sell them to private booking engines. Think people that have timeshares. This is not a timeshare. In fact, we get the vacant timeshares and the lost weeks that those owners are paying. We get them and put them on our site at sometimes 80+% off. So it's an amazing portal just for anyone. I know you had an example. Didn't you just use one yesterday or the other day? What happened for
I
you?
did. I did. I was so excited because I was booking a week to go spend with my children in Orlando, and I had seen it when I first joined, and I didn't act on it then. And when I look back on it, the prices had exploded, and so I was looking at Priceline, and then I looked at Dream Trips, and I immediately booked because the same places that I was looking at on Priceline, I had a big, huge savings, and I took pictures of it and I posted it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, you guys. Like, I love saying this with our portal. Like, my Hawaii is your Hawaii. I'm just going to pay less for it. Like, that's the coolest thing about the portal side. But if that were all we had, like these other travel companies out there, that's all they got, it'd be like, okay, cool. We just wouldn't have the accolade for 20 years of the number one travel club. So, what sets us beyond that, no one in the travel, and let me be clear, no one, no company, nothing can touch us are our Dream Trips. That's our flagship product. These are our curated, done for you trips. They include a sign that welcomes you when you're at the airport, transportation to the hotel, private check-in to your 4 or 5 star resort or even castle if you're going to Europe. They have a host, a private host that's there for you the entirety of your stay to elevate your experience. You don't ever call the hotel, you call your host. And then they make sure the hotel is taking care of everything with speed. They've got excursions booked for you, a welcome reception where you meet your travel community. If you're an introvert, because I know there's some, especially in the trade world, I find like a lot of traders are introverts, right? Like they just want to be inside. You don't have to do all the group stuff. You could just go and enjoy yourself and do whatever you want. But there are curated experience. There's a farewell dinner. What I love about our Dream Trips, James, a couple things. Number one, amazing way for singles to travel. Number two, amazing ways for women to travel with safety, with security, with people. And number three, amazing ways for families to travel. Like, think about it this way. I know as a mom, it can be really intimidating to take a 3 and a 4-year-old on a dream trip somewhere, right? But if I've planned that with 7 other moms that are bringing their families with their kids, and they can all have a community where I don't have to just micromanage my children, but we put them all in a pit and they play together, that's a dream trip I want to go on. And that's the kind of community that we've created of people that want to have these experiences. And again, it's not like, oh, one trip here, one trip there, James. The portfolio of trips we have, y'all, over 30,000 unique trips in over 70 countries. Right before COVID, I mean, because COVID kind of shut travel down, right? But right before COVID, think of this. We were doing a trip every 90 minutes. We did 6,000 trips that year, and we did 128 unique trips just to Dubai. 128 just to Dubai in 1 year. So if any of these places are like on your bucket list, like think bucket list items and experiences, it's all done for you. We call it bougie on a budget because the price isn't crazy, but the experience is luxury. So it's amazing, James. But those are the two sides of what Dream Trips is. So someone to get a good idea of, oh my God, I'm traveling anyway. I'd rather do it. This is what I always say: travel more, spend less, and if you're like James and I, vacation for a living.
You know,
That's it.
that's amazing. It's really amazing. And I actually want to ask you this. Can you tell me about your first dream trip and what
Yeah.
was your experience that you had on your very first one?
Yeah. Can I tell you about two dream trips because
Of
they're
course.
very different and both poignant and important. So my first dream trip, I went to Cabo San Lucas with my husband. Okay? We it was the first time we had gone for 4 days, or what was it? 5 days, 4 nights. It was the first time we had ever been away from our kids by ourselves. It was so important. Like the dream trip was beautiful. Like just don't get me wrong. Welcome reception. We went on a cruise, a taco fiesta cruise that we could take pictures as the sun was setting with the little arc that's in Cabo. It was beautiful. But the time that my husband and I had to reconnect as a couple without the children, that is my favorite memory of the dream trip. And so again, the dream trips are the thing, but what happens to you is the reality of what a dream trip is. And so for my husband and I, it was, we got to do this every year. Just you and me. Like we got to have this reconnective piece. It's no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. Travel becomes a necessity when you do it right. And then the second dream trip I love to share is we just took our kids on their first dream trip. We took them and my parents to Disneyland for the first time with them. And so having that multi-generational experience where I saw through my parents' eyes what they were seeing through my eyes when they took me as a little girl, and then what I was seeing through my kids' eyes, them doing it for the first time, that chain of experience on a dream trip, not to mention the insanely low price of 2 days at Disney, the hotel, welcome reception, everything that was there. The owners, Mark and Tammy Smith, were there, like literally taking us as VIP hosts through Disneyland because they live down there. So Tammy is like, and her daughter Caitlin are Disney gurus. So they're, coaching us through how to do Disney family affair. Those two were the most incredible dream trips. I've been on tons more, but those two will always stand out. My first dream trip and then the first one I took my kids on. So incredible.
And that blows my mind because for one, my children are in Orlando, my younger children, and so we do all the different things down there. And like you said, man, just to go to Disney on your own and without any help, you for one, they want to hit your pocket, and
Yep.
two, you don't know really what you want to do. But
Yes.
when I saw the curated dream trips, and I'm gonna tell you, I have my eye on the safari. That is top tier bucket list for me. That's what made it very exciting to me that you don't just book the trip. They have packages for you that you can get to meet other people. You can rock with those same people, or you can do your own thing, and you do create that community. And that's one of the things that I'm most excited about.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. And again, like at the end of the dream trip, you started as strangers. By the end, you're hugging and crying and pulling out your phone and saying, "What dream trip are we going on next, guys?" You're gonna meet some of your closest friends in this community. I had a joke. We had a night where like 4 people, we were doing lives like this. 4 people shared the story about how they met their wife or husband on dream trips. Like, so I'm like, shoot, we gotta call it, instead of eHarmony, we call it Dream Harmony. Like,
Dream
this is
on.
this. It's such a cool experience to find like-minded people that love the world and want to travel. Man, it's so cool.
You know, as I feel the exuberance in what we're talking about, I know they have people that are skeptical. They're just talking. What would you say to a person who's listening in that probably has a little bit of skepticism in them about this and what it is that we do here?
Yeah, I mean, to me, I love a skeptic if you're open minded. right? If a skeptic's negative, like probably not the crew for you. And that's okay. Like this is the beauty. We're not here to have everyone join the number one travel club in the world. But if you're a skeptic that has curiosity, keep following the breadcrumbs. Like you can't, again, there's nothing that we need to prove because it's already been done, right? So if you're a skeptic looking at this, or even just someone that's saying, is this real? Come learn, come meet the owner, come to the next step. Understand what we have a hold of is something you're either going to say yes to now, or you're going to see us on every social media post on every beach around the world, and you're going to say yes later. And so for me, the skeptics, it's never a no. It's either I don't know enough or just not right now. And we have everything that you need to make an informed decision for you, from our high-end commercial video funnels that show you everything. James can get that to you. We do live events every single night to showcase the product and the people. And then the other thing, James, let's make it personal. Like, let's get your questions answered. We do Zooms all the time, private Zooms for people, so we can dive into your skepticism, whether it's industry, brand, or people. Peek behind the curtain, man. Come see what this is, because I promise you, even James was a skeptic insofar as the business side, right? He was like, no, I'm not going to build. But I do see the product. I do see the value. So just in even taking the step forward as a skeptic of the industry or even building, the value is there. You meet the team, you see where we're going. And I'm telling you, if someone's an honest skeptic, they see the light. It really is. And I love our skeptics, James, because it's just like you. Now you're a lifer, right? Like that's the beauty of someone who, and I don't think the word skeptic is a negative. I think it's someone that holds very much true to their values, and it has to be aligned for them. And so let us just take you on that journey so you can see if it is. And if at the end of the day it's not, that's cool. We still love you. We're still going to be dream trippers for life. And maybe time changes down the road. But right here, right now, where we're going, the people that lean forward are going to win.
No. And to piggyback on that topic, I want to kind of transition to something else because some people get it confused. There are two aspects to this. There's people who will just be members, and
Yes.
there are also people who will see this opportunity and decide that they want to share it. What
Yeah.
can you say about that for both sides of those
Yeah,
spectrums?
I love our members, and that's a really good specification. So, if someone did want to just come in, use the portal, maybe be a founding member and get a free dream trip every year for life, then that's beautiful. Why I love our members, they are our best billboards, James. What do you do before you go on a trip, right? You talk about it. You tell people, I'm going to Florida, I'm visiting the kids. What do you do when you're on a trip? You take pictures, you take selfies, you post it. What happens when you come home from the trip? People ask you, how was your trip? You talk about it. So even if someone wants to stay in that lane of being a customer, they will have insane value from the portal, from the portfolio of trips, the curated trips. They will feel absolutely worth every single part of the membership just by being a customer. That so far is like, check this out. Our retention rate, and then this will transition me into the business side, the ambassadorship. But just from like a customer standpoint, when someone goes on one dream trip, the retention, that means someone staying every month, keeping their membership active, is over 70%. When someone goes on two dream trips, that retention rate is over 85%. So when I say we love our customers, I also say they love us. They love this membership. So that is incredible. It's why we had over 5 million members over the last 20 years. So incredibly important for the members. But let's say you are someone that is already doing the posting and talking and sharing, and you're the one that's planning all the trips and talking to all the people about it. Or even if you just know 4 people that you'd want to share it with, the ambassador side is so crucial, because when you decide to share this with 4 people at your membership or higher, you no longer have to pay your membership fee, and you also get a complete ROI, or return on your investment. And that's the foundation of building this business. You will have tools, video funnel systems, back office support, live trainings, everything you need to just be the connector. And a team of support that, like I said, we're building this brick by brick with you so you can leverage all of our brilliance and stay in your lane as the connector as we build. And so that ambassadorship program is super lucrative, not just at that foundational level of for and pay no more and getting your ROI in the first 30 days, but also with the other added bonuses of travel dollars and trips that you can earn and $100,000 jet card that's there and a Four Seasons experience on a jet that takes you in 6 different continents to all the luxurious Four Seasons hotels. And lastly, at the top of our company, they've actually put in the incentive to give you the deed to a villa. So not only are you building from the basics, because to get there, what do? We come right back to the beginning. Help as many people get for and pay no more and their ROI. And just do that over and over to get to that place. So foundationally, our affiliate ambassador program is incredible. We pay weekly. So you start getting those ROIs, that return, that check every single week. That's important for people right now. And it's such a benefit to have within what we're doing. So again, those two sides of it, super important. And I think from the business side, just understanding the beast that you are a part of, it's not a startup. Yet, you are treating it like a startup because everybody has to re-sign up. So those 5 million members, y'all, think about this. Two sides of it. From a standpoint of the industry of travel, when we did 4 billion and had 5 million members, travel was only at 10 billion in revenue. Now, as we're relaunching this beast, travel's at 11 trillion and it's going to grow in the next 3 years to over 16 trillion. So the timing that you have from the industry standpoint of travel is phenomenal as well. So yeah, James, like both sides, super important. And whatever someone chooses, what I love is we allow them to stay in that lane, right? So we're not trying to convince members to come build a business. No, if you love it and you do it naturally, sweet, upgrade to an ambassador. If you don't, see you on the next dream trip. I'm going to party with you there as well. You know, so it's cool that you don't have to convince people to do anything they don't want to do.
Well, Jojo, man, you hit one of the most beautiful chords in my ear when you just said that, because that's one of the things that turned me away in so many different companies. We would so-called get on a leadership call, and the leadership call immediately went to, just pushing the product to people who are not wanting to push the product. They just want to use the product,
Yeah.
and it pushes people away.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that you said that. But there was also something else that you say that really makes me get overjoyed as well too, because I share the same sentiment. You said one time I heard you was like, one of the best benefits about being in a home-based business,
Hmm.
and we're not tax professionals. I'm not. I don't believe you are. But the incentives that you get for just simply being in a home-based
Yeah.
business.
Yeah. No, the tax advantages are huge. And this is something that I have leveraged over the last 20 years. However, if I look back, I was limited to the broad scope because I wasn't in the business of travel. So let me first go over the tax advantages of just having a home-based business. And yes, get with your CPA, talk to someone about that. But then I want to expand it and the home-based business of being in travel and how that just opens up a whole new world for people. So if you're a W-2 employee, or even if you're a 1099 and own your own business, you are paying taxes. We all are, I hope. If you're not, I didn't see it. It's okay. Do your thing. But there's a certain percentage that's being taken out. This is money you've already worked your tail off for that should be yours. And when you add a home-based business into your portfolio, everything becomes a write-off pertaining to the pursuit of profit within that business, right? So when I was in health and wellness, unless I was talking about health and wellness, or unless I was in the country or wherever that we were open, because a lot more red tape in that, if you're not doing business in certain countries, you can't write it off, then I couldn't write it off. So when I transition now to travel, and this is important for like anyone that has a license, like our realtors, our insurance agents, people that are licensed in a state. If you operate out of that state, it's not a business, right? So we now have an opportunity where travel anywhere that you go becomes a legal business write-off. We're in 150 countries, right? So now we don't take vacations, James. We take business trips. Like that is so cool. Think about it this way for everyone that's not in travel. If you went on a vacation in 2025, like this last year, it cost you more because it was a vacation. If you chose to be a member, it would have cost you less because you could have written the entire thing off and kept more of the money you make. So think of it this way, not just your travel, but a percentage of your home, a percentage of your internet, whether it's rent or mortgage, your internet, your cell phone, your car, mileage, even a tire, suitcases now. You guys slap a Dream Trips sticker on it, and that's advertising. For me, my children, if I do social media with my children and I'm promoting us at Disneyland, I can write off my children as helping me build this business. So now they become a part of this tax structure. So the benefits of this tax structure, especially when you overlay home-based business and travel, are the reason someone should join as a member. Regardless of the benefits of the membership, just for that alone, we can show people how to save between 8 and 12,000, if not more, of the money you are going to give the government that you've worked your ass off for. You now get to keep it. So taking that decision now in the end of 2025 and parlaying it back 2025 and then parlaying it future for setting up 2026, everyone should lean forward and say yes, just for that benefit alone, not to mention all of the other ones that they're going to receive.
As we transition away from that, I'm gonna say I call it writing off your lifestyle, but using that to talk about this, and I'm not gonna hammer too hard, but as I mentioned earlier, the people that don't know who this lady is, she is a rock star. Let's talk about the financial opportunity within this company. And like I mentioned, you've hit one of the highest ranks in this company. At what point did you realize the income potential with this?
Yeah, quickly, because it comes weekly. So, I mean, that's a beautiful thing. You don't have to, like in the old companies that I was with, you had to figure it out and grind to the end of the month. And then at the end of the month, what happened the next morning? It was a clean slate club. All the volume you had went away. And so here, the 6 different ways you get paid are being paid to you weekly. And so you never are losing that volume as long as you're an active member, which is just having a membership. Everything is cumulative, everything is building. So the different ways that you get paid are, upfront bonuses when someone joins as a membership between $40 and $80. You have fast start bonuses when you help 4 people join at your membership or higher, and you do it in your first 30 days. You get all your ROI on that return. There's a bonus there. There's bonuses for going up in rank in our structure, which are super lucrative. There's also check matching bonuses for anyone that you bring in. If you help them succeed, you're getting a check match on the business that you help them build. For industry veterans, that is a beautiful phrase, check matching bonus. You want that in your comp plan and structure. And again, just that regular residual income from a sticky product of people loving being a member. For doing something once, you're going to get that residual income week over week over week as those memberships grow. And the last thing I'll say is because we operate as a multi-dimensional comp plan, both binary and unilevel. If you don't understand those words, people that are listening, don't worry, we do, and we'll coach you through. But you're getting a piece of the pie that we're building underneath you as well as a team, which is really cool and super significant. And the last thing I will say is our comp plan is clear. It's easy. It's not 15 freaking pages that you're trying to understand what words they're saying, right? We've all seen those comp plans, especially in the travel industry. There are companies where you can't even understand their comp plan, and I've been in this industry for 20 years. Ours is like 4 pages that are clear and concise. Do this, earn this. And I think that is, in our industry, something that should be talked about as revolutionary. Like, so many people in this industry think it's got to be complicated, and they don't. No, no, no. It's memberships. It's like Netflix. How many members do you have that are ordering every month? This is how much you earn. Boom, 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 boom. So I love our comp plan. I love our travel dollar bonuses. This is cool. I keep mentioning travel dollars, but I haven't taken a deep dive into them. And I won't go deep because it's really not that complicated. But as you go up and earn and build in this business, how do you go up and earn? You help people find forward, do it in their first 30 days. They get an ROI. They no longer pay your membership. You're building the business. You do that over and over, you're going to go up in rank. What's cool about going up at rank is you get something called travel dollars, between $50,000 and $20,000 a month are given in travel dollars. What are travel dollars? They are cash, homie, that you can use anywhere in our portal. So what I love about this company is most travel companies say, okay, you're going to earn money, cash, and now you got to go reinvest that money to build your brand and be a traveler. So now what are you really doing? You're living the lifestyle, but you're not creating the life of financial freedom, which is our goal. So what our owners said and our co-founders, they said, keep the cash. We're going to give you travel dollars so you can go use it anywhere in our portal, like Monopoly money, on dream trips, on cruises, on rental cars, on flights, on anything that you can do in our portal. You can use your travel dollars and keep your cash for life. So it really is focused on building the brand, the truth of the brand. And when I say vacationing for a living, that's what we're doing with our travel dollars. And then we're keeping our money for our living, which is cool.
That's awesome, man. And I'm so excited to accumulate travel dollars. And with
Absolutely.
it, I really
Absolutely.
am. I really am. And that's a perfect also segue into this community and culture, because I don't want to hammer so much on the business, because the people who are business oriented, they will see this and
Yes.
they'll know what this is. But I really want to focus on strictly members, because I don't want you to feel like that you have to do that. This is something that you can use just to enjoy yourself and get away from this life that you're in, that you want to go out and have fun. What would you say about the community and the culture? Because you touched on it a little bit. I especially like the story that you had about Italy when you guys were out and traveling and stuff like that. What do you say about the community and culture of the members in this group?
Yeah, it's everything. We talk about it weekly. We talk about it on our lives. The culture and the community are the lifeline of what this is. And what I kind of mentioned it earlier, you have a trip or a dream trip that you go on, and you start as strangers. And by the end of it, some of these people are going to become your best friends that you see more out of the country than you do in your home state. And we're creating a life of adventure, and having like-minded people that want to do that with you. It's phenomenal. The thing that I will say is there's a lane for everyone, and that's really unique in travel. Like, if we were only in health, you got to be in that lane. You got to care about your health. That's it. If we're only in trading, you got to care about trading. And that's it. You can't care about anything else. Or if you do, it's kind of stagnant. Travel allows, and there's nothing wrong with that, you guys. But what I love about travel is it allows everyone to be in whatever lane they want to be in. Our introverts, our extroverts, our party animals, our early risers and hikers. Like, you do you, and you have a club that honors that. And you pick the dream trips, like the safari in Africa. Like, oh my God, let's go. There's another one we're doing. I'm not going on this trip, but I have a lot of people that want to. It's the world's largest water gun fight in Thailand. Like, epic. Like, they were telling us, the leaders that have put it up, it's on our site right now to pick. It is the world's largest water gun fight in the world, and the stuff doesn't even start till 10 o'clock at night. Like you can't even go out and have dinner till 11 o'clock at night. Like it's an all night epic thing. We have other ones that we're doing, like to Transylvania. Like I didn't even know Transylvania was real. It's in Romania, and they're doing a 5 castle tour, culminating on Halloween. We've rented out the entire castle, and it's going to be a costume extravaganza. We have another one, and I'm saying this for all the members because you do you, but there's something for everyone. Like there's one in New Orleans. These are all for my partiers, right? So the one in New Orleans is going to be a Mardi Gras that we close down Bourbon Street just for dream trips. And we're going to parade all the way down Bourbon Street for just dream trippers. The last two that I'll mention, and again, these are live right now. You can go book them. We're doing a supercar experience in Vegas where people can literally, like, you book that trip, you are driving Ferraris, but like the top 1% beautiful machines. You're having that supercar charged with a videographer that's going to film everything, get you your clips. Like it is all out. And then for my mamas, I'm leading the trip that we're doing in May to Nashville. We're staying at the Gaylord, beautiful Nashville hotel. We're doing a spa day. We're going to go on some hikes. Like it's going to be amazing. So again, in this industry of travel, being with the #1 travel club that already has done these 30,000 trips, you are going to find something in your lane for what you're passionate about, what you love. And when you do that, you're going to find a community of people that also are aligned to that lifestyle, and you're going to expand it. And before you know it, you're going to go from your little podunk town in Loomis, California, where I live, to literally launching teams in Ghana and Amsterdam and Uzbekistan. Before this, I didn't even know where Uzbekistan was, and now I have a team that's growing there. So the world is our oyster. The members are so important to us, and being an ambassador is just because you're proud of it, you love it, and you want to build something incredible on a global scale right away.
You know, when we said we was gonna do this and we wasn't gonna take a lot of time, this has been so enjoyable. And I pretty much all the cards that I wrote down, we've hit just about anything.
Amazing.
I really appreciate you taking the time to do this for me and with me, because it for me is relatable, and I feel comfortable sharing things this way to my audience
Yeah.
because it shows the authenticity of what I'm doing. You can see it in my face, you can see it in your face. In closing, what would you say to anyone who has seen this? And you touched a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
but what would you really say to people who are still like, that looks fun, but I don't know? What would you say to them?
Take the next step. Lean forward. We have a beautiful process where we allow people to be a fly on the wall, and then we also allow you to deep dive with us. So the 3 check marks that I always say by someone's name will allow you to make the best informed decision for you, your family, and your life. So the first, have you seen our commercial, right? Have you seen our video funnels that are super high-end production, give all the details, go over the details of the membership? Have you seen that? If not, get to James. Say, James, send me the commercial. Send me the interactive videos. I want to see it. If you have seen that and you still want to take the next step, come meet the crew. Come to our infomercial, as I call it. We do lives every night of the week where we show you the portal. We show you real-time deals that you can get. We go over the actual dream trips so you can see what they are. Come be a fly on the wall and deep dive with us. And lastly, if you've done those two, or even if you haven't and you're leaning forward from this, let's set up a time where we can make it personal. That's James and my favorite thing, is to get on with you, to go over what's great for you, the value that we can add to you. And I always say, fill up the Brady Bunch boxes on Zoom. No matter where you're at, we're here to help and support you to see the perfect fit for you and your life.
Awesome. And this is something that I say to everyone. It is not my job to convince you to do this. However, it is my responsibility to
Mhm.
expose it to you. And
Yeah.
I feel like I've done a great thing by exposing you to JoJo and Dream Trip today. Thank you once again for doing this.
Awesome, James. You are an incredible leader, and it's an honor to be able to link arms with you. And we're going straight to the top, buddy. So I'm excited for the next one. We will do more.
Yes, ma'am. I'll see you there. And for the rest of you guys, you should be here.